So that joke's going to develop until you have a willing and participant audience. Yeah.
It's a line,
man. I despise dad jokes, and I feel it building in me. I can't explain it. It's awful.
It's like a kidney stone that you can only get out through your mouth.
I tried to make a.
Jesus Christ!
What an opener!
No.
What an opener!
Oh, good. Did we open with that? Nice.
Yeah, we
guys.
did.
Welcome to another show where I am the lead character. How are y'all doing?
I wanted to hear what Pondo had to say. I was just waiting.
I was trying to make a smart ass remark or smart ass joke when I was at Hot Topic, because they asked me, do you have any hot cash? I was like, no, my cash is cold actually. But I had the baby there, so it's taken as a dad joke.
What is hot cash?
It's a Hot Topic thing, I'm guessing.
I assume a loyalty program for Hot Topic.
Store. It's like getting cold cash.
That is awful. Hot cash?
Yeah, I didn't come up with a name. I just had an immediate smart-ass remark that got misconstrued as a dad joke.
What about topic points?
Welcome to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Strings of Fate, Season 3, Episode 21, Power from Pain. As you can tell, a large portion of the Patreon budget has gone into appending this particular overlay. Updating the excellent work Sunspirit has done to reflect character balancing. It's like the time where we added Adrian to the description section of the show. That's how fundamental the change has been today.
I for one am a huge fan. I love the changes you've made. They're so artistically pleasing.
And just wait.
Paint, scribble the other one out with red, and then just hand draw your name.
Just wait. when Androchiron dies and I have to play Nero again, boom, done.
There
Amazing.
it is. Yep. Just fast.
It's not even updated yet, and I know exactly what you've done. So.
Yeah.
The Androchiron looks like you have closed captioning underneath your name.
That's just because all I did was add a text box on OBS and change the opacity of the font to 100%.
Yeah.
There you go. So it turns out that the Patreon dollars enough to buy Arthur a license of Microsoft Paint.
You might remember this, but they actually recently open sourced the Windows Movie Maker.
Okay.
You guys remember
Interesting. No.
That old 3D
No, I'm familiar
animation
with early
toolset
2005 YouTube.
Oh, are we talking about audio-visual products which existed in the early 2000s?
You mean hang on. You mean
No, I'll get it ready. Okay, go.
You mean pre-Battle Brothers?
That wasn't what I was going for. I was going for Winamp. It really whips the llama's ass.
God.
Tell me you didn't spend hours looking for the perfect skin to match your desktop. Tell me you didn't do that.
I didn't. I just used default.
I heard this week that Adobe is going through a big process of trying to get the term photoshopping wiped out. They don't like people using the term photoshopping to refer to photo editing unless it's done with Photoshop, Unless it's from the Photoshop region of France, it's just sparkling photo editing.
Then they're never going to succeed in that. That is
this is Xerox.
It's
all
like
over
deep faking
again.
now. You could just say anything is deep faking. You're just like,
Listen,
I edited this video slightly. Deep faked it.
If
Don't
they
think
use it in
I'm right about
CSI,
this.
you're fucked. You can't get it out of the fucking Osmos now. It's there forever. Just like how it's an enhance, right? You can't get rid of that now. That's
not even how it works, though.
I saw yesterday. So when people get married, there's this really common when you have the readings at weddings. There's this really common one that people use. It's like love is all these various things. Like love is blind, etc. And then someone's updated it to modern day, so it's like love is lit. Love is never sus.
Love is never sus.
These are all wrong.
God.
It's pretty obvious. Love is an open
amazing.
door.
Love is never sheesh.
Wow. Incredible. All right, so
man,
You know, for months now, I've been having a lot of trouble getting into any gaming at all. Battle Brothers brought a little bit of something back to me, but over the last week, I fucking hit my stride after such a long time of being like, man, I don't really know what to do here. Between Tropico 6 and my burning hatred for Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, I've been like doing GM prep like crazy, doing like show prep for crazy. I feel like they've changed something deep within me. Tropico 6 is incredible. It does this really subtle thing to encourage you to be a horrifying shitlord dictator. If you try to run a nice, stable, happy democracy, you will fail, and your people will overthrow you. But if you run a hard lie, dictate, and you don't even notice as it guides you down the steps, you're just like, well, do they really need a library that provides them with non-state sponsored content? I mean, the bonuses to my government. Oh, thank God. If we were going to listen.
Pondo just said his computer blue screen, so.
Oh, no. All right. But at least it wasn't OBS crashing. When I saw something flash on my second monitor, I was like, oh, fuck. I thought I solved this problem. No, this is terrible still. But
songs. That's all. Don't worry about it.
All right. Anyway, Battle Brothers rules, and it's amazing.
Battle Brothers? You're talking
Yeah,
about
Battle
Tropico?
Brothers. Spoon, you have to go up. You have to go up if you want people to see you.
No, I want my eyes right at the level of my name.
But you're... Okay, that is true. If you don't want your eyes to show, then yes, you were at the correct.
Yeah, correct. Just forehead.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do it too. I'll move over here.
Everything's going.
We've lost it.
There.
Pondo has ruined everything.
Yeah. It's just a free-for-all now.
See, this is what happens. Cotton gets a new gaming PC, and now Pondo's just like, whoops.
Yeah, whoopsies. I've spilled water all over my computer tower. Oh my God, Jay.
Look at James. Wow, I don't know what that
think
filter
that
is,
one
but
wins.
I fucking want that.
That one wins, I think,
Holy
for sure.
shit. Incredible. Looking pretty sus there.
Pretty sick, actually.
Yes, I am the game master, of course. That's exactly how it works.
Oh, hey, neat.
There it is.
I will say that this week, someone was questioning me about my show, and I said, well, of course I know everything about my show. I've been in every episode of my show. And then I said, wait a second. There was that one episode of GM Prep that James did that he told me not to watch, but I put on my YouTube. So it's true. I actually have not been in every episode of my own show. Incredible. Maybe I'm a real producer now.
I mean, you are doing producer stuff, right? So
It's true. I am doing producer stuff. Why is there a bird?
that's nice. That's just nice.
Why is there a fucking clip art bird on my fucking screen? What are you doing?
He's found Zoom filters.
I don't understand. Is this some Blair Witch Project ass shit happening? Or... Now he looks like a sex criminal.
Oh, that's a great title. I'm gonna use that. Sex criminal.
Okay. Pondo, welcome back. We've all snapped back into place. What other song and dance can I do to distract people for the next few seconds?
I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, well,
Oh, hey,
unfortunately,
we're going skiing
James has
now.
encouraged Dave to...
Okay. That's not bad.
Oh, yeah. My VTuber model's going to start getting worked on soon. That must mean Connor Hughes is getting pretty close to being done with White Ash. And
Wait, what do you what's your YouTube model?
it's going to be Count Ronald Swan. So it's going to be an old former adventurer / rich person / obnoxious sword fighter.
Not an anime girl with big boobies?
Yeah, I was totally expecting like an anime waifu with Arthur's voice.
I already posted the theoretical model several times.
He did.
Really? I haven't
Yeah,
seen
he
it.
did. That's true.
Yeah, it's on Patreon chat.
Also
Push
discussed
subject.
it on SnowRunner multiple times.
I think
That's like Arthur's just like, I posted it so often. You should have seen it by now. I was like, no, you have to pay for that.
Right.
And
yeah, me and Pondo need to swap.
Do you? Oh,
Yep.
I could be Adrian. I could be Adrian.
not this episode. I need
Okay.
Adrian to be Adrian because I'm going to be relying on him. And I want him the whole time to be like, is he actually suspicious of me? Is this some sort of plot? What is he
did
doing?
it thicken?
That requires Adrian to care about what Androchiron does.
I dropped a tidbit into my Curse of Stride game this week to try and turn the players to each other, and it just completely missed the whole, implication that one of them was working against the others. It's like they found a letter written to the villain explaining what their group's movement is going to be in a language only two of the characters speak, and they're all like, I wonder who wrote this.
I remember that happened for me in Pathfinder once, and it's one of the most deeply impactful, hurtful things a player has ever done to me. What adventure path was it? I think it was the Haunting of Harrowstone one, the like horror one. You are locked in a lodge with like a bunch of other travelers, and one of them secretly a werewolf, and the werewolf, I think he takes something from each of the players, or implicates, he leaves something on each of the players' bed, which implicates another player, right? And when I showed everyone the evidence on the Roll20 handouts, one of them just went, oh, what a fucking idiot. You mess up who gets what a handout. And I was just like, wow, that really hurt. That just undermined everything.
Somebody's been reading ahead in the adventure.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even that, because I handed them out to the correct people, right? But I have played with people who obviously read ahead in the adventure.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's with a game master who has clearly run it before, right? And when you play Pathfinder Society, it's really obvious. Like, when I played Pathfinder Society, instead of running it, since I had run basically almost everything, it was really tough. I had to just do almost nothing, because I'd be like, well, I know what's going to happen. This whole adventure, I know all of it because I've run it 7 times. But
I'm the sort of GM in person that will hand a player a note that says, this note means nothing. Read it for a few seconds, look at me and say, yes, okay, and nod, and then we'll move on.
I'll give I'll give you inspiration if you do so. I mean, I handed out, by the way, free rerolls, and only I think one person has ever used it.
I'm hanging on to mine for season 3. Man.
Oh, what a dick!
Nice, dude.
I don't know. I think I might have to disable that in player versus player combat. You know what I mean?
Fair. All right, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it could, because
everybody has
one for Patreon rerolls. Okay, you should be able to use it.
It's not Patreon rerolls. It's in the announcement section of my Discord.
Okay, Arthur,
I'm
gonna use my reroll right now to make you agree with me.
No,
because I rolled higher. Okay,
you rolled higher of what? Persuasion? I'm not persuaded.
That reroll as well. There was nothing about not being transferable in the T's and C's. So can I give or sell my reroll to somebody else?
It literally says it has no material value on the card.
Look, I
That's not up to you.
Checkmate, atheist.
That doesn't make it not transferable.
The only show I'm on that I could use that, and I have so many fate points right now because I haven't died yet. Keyword being yet.
Challenge accepted.
Hey, you think that's good? I actually burned a fate point to save someone's arm that's not even in the game anymore that left 2 sessions later. So,
Definitely not bitter about it at all. No,
absolutely not.
He's going to come back
to the game right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that he learned his lesson and he was like, man, I'm glad I have my arm and I can
I'm
use
gonna
both
go
arms
take
to hold
off.
my daughter.
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
like-
really sorry that Nero decided to prioritize his daughter over hanging out with Dawn.
Well, we might see that character again. I doubt we'll see that arm again, though.
That's
would
how
love
James
it
is
if
going to
he-
get it off screen. It's the only way.
He comes back with the
Whatever in your
other
arm. We never talk about that.
Yeah.
He's going to hand me a note that says, "You lost your arm. Say nothing. Wink towards me."
His daughter fired a frag missile. And,
Yeah.
clipped his arm in the slats. They couldn't fix it, so they had to cut it off.
All right. I feel like I've bought enough time for Pondo to get everything back together again, which is why I'm going to jump over to Dave for his intros.
Oh, okay.
What up?
I got everything back together.
I am in the process of literally buying a house. It is a nightmare, and it is very scary, especially in Poland, to do that. But it should be awesome. I'm going from a 1-story house to a 3-story house.
Is it
Should
split
be
level or
interesting.
does it have a basement?
It's 2 levels and an attic
Okay.
that we're converting into another room. So the one thing that they don't tell you about when you're buying a house is like, hey, by the way, I hope you like getting fucked on commission. Oh, and have you heard of this PCC tax? All this other shit. That's just like, you said, like, this is literally the definition of the millennial rat race. You scrimp and save enough money to buy a fucking house or to start a home loan, and then they just like tell you later that you need to essentially come up with 50 grand more somehow in order to pay for all the extra shit that you're supposed to have that they don't tell you about before you do it. Literally the definition of the millennial rat race.
Never build a house, Dave. Building a house is like that, just 10 times worse. You know, it's when you go and you're like, oh, you wanted doorknobs on the doors, that costs extra.
Yeah.
You know.
So the house state we're buying it in is like, so the first floor completely done. Yeah, completely done. Second floor, nope. Third floor, nope. Right. So, but when I say that, I mean like we have to just put the floor panels in and finish some stairs, and then the house will be done. But it's still a nightmare because previously I was building a house, but the developers said that it would be done this year originally when we signed up for it and we put down a reservation, and they came back to us like 3 weeks ago and they're like, oh yeah, it'll be done 2025. And I'm like, how?
2025?
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
And I was just like, look, I know that the housing prices are going up significantly and you're trying everything in your power to make people leave so you can resell that plot to someone else for, you know, almost 3 times the value that we fucking put our names down for. But like, damn, fuck. So
Yeah, that's happening a lot here as well.
Yeah.
Trying to push out signed buyers so they can resell it at a higher value.
Bro, I'd be looking at that contract.
Look, I'm not like, I'm not gonna fuck with that area too much now because it's like, to put in perspective, it was going to cost us $750,000 to get basically like a development house, which is like, you know, a house with no doors, walls, floors, that sort of stuff, right? You sort of go in there and you add all this stuff. The house we're getting now is cheaper by 10,000 grand, and it is 80% done. So the reason the guy's selling it is because as he was building it and finishing, you know, the renovation, fucking hit with a divorce. So like he's like, I just sell it.
Love, the most powerful force on the market.
Yeah, so we got really lucky with the timing because someone had put their name on it, but their home loan fell through because the home loan prices went from 1.2% to 10.9% over here over the course of 2 years. So people were just like, I can't afford it all of a sudden. Like, so, you know.
Some solid inflation numbers.
Yeah, no kidding. So that's what I'm doing right now, and we're looking to be moving in like July this year, so like 2 months from now, sort of thing. So it's gonna happen pretty quickly. I just fucking drained all my savings yesterday to put in the first 10% of the home value, and then got the other 10% coming in like a week. So I don't know. Nightmarish, right? But getting out of the millennial rat race is like my absolute fucking dream. Like I can't wait to stop paying rent. I can't wait. Oh my god, you have no idea how excited I am for that shit. Anyway, on other news, I'm in the process of building a Kickstarter. We got approval, which is really good. I'm finishing off the demo. Like literally, we have like one build left to go of the demo, and then we're good after that. So yeah, should be interesting. If any of you guys want to play the demo ahead of time, let me know. I'll send it to you. It's like 50 minutes worth of gameplay or whatever, and it's fun.
But will I be left wanting at the end?
It depends.
Is it all build and no release?
No, there's a release scene in there. But you can turn it off if you want.
Is this for Kinky Fridays?
Yes, it is. Yes, but I also in other news, I have another demo coming out for my other company, which I can send the build of as well. And that game is like surprisingly fun considering how early in the game it is. So I send that guy. It's like Valkyria Chronicles mixed with anime waifus. So even though Valkyria Chronicles is anime waifus, it's like I guess Valkyria Chronicles if it was a hero shooter, if that makes sense. So instead of it being like focused on an army, it's focused on like a core collection of
Can I stream and record these games?
Yeah. No, it's
all right, Dave. I'll take you up on those offers.
Squibbly is 100% like non-adult, and this under contract game there's actually a streamer mode, so you can turn off all the adult content in it as well. So if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, Dave. I might be a streamer. Some have accused me of that.
All right. Cool, let's do it. I'll send you that stuff.
Okay.
You can have the exclusive, bro.
That's how I got famous, was exclusively being the first person to stream the Mistborn RPG, which is now the #1 video that sustains my channel, even though no one actually watches more than 10 seconds of it.
I still get paid from that city. So,
yeah, of course. But you're certainly not the first person to stream Night City or the only person to stream Cyberpunk 2070. It is
the longest running, though.
Sure.
I have been told. By the owners. Of the book. So
before we switch to the next person, I want to help assuage chat. They are devastated that I will not be a anime big booby girlfriend for them. But let me say this, if you're a VTuber fan, you already know what I'm about to talk about. The VTuber community is up to some scandalous shit today. They usually do this sort of viral mimetic bullshit where like one person's like, draw your character in this swimsuit, and then everyone does it. Today, it's 1/3 of a picture should be your actual bust size, and the other 2/3 should be your characters merged so it looks like one bust. It's so fucking weird.
And look, for anyone out there who is thirsty enough for Arthur, don't forget that you can go to Blackberry Honey and listen to Arthur narrate sapphic romance.
Blackberry Honey. What's the next holiday? Fuck. There must be one coming up soon.
Memorial
right?
Day. Is it Memorial Day like in a week or something?
When is Memorial Day?
Yeah, it's like
Alexa, when is Memorial Day?
Banging a dead president.
Okay, it's on Monday the 30th.
I said it, but I was muted, so I got upset for nothing.
You got defeated by the Amazon assistant. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
She's
You've been automated, Pondo. You've been replaced by a robot.
How can I Google that? Yeah, I guess I better record another episode. Sapphic romance? Is that what you'd call it? There's barely any romance in it so far. It's mostly just tension building up, going, ooh, I hate her so much. Or do I hate her, or do I? And just dumb lines like, I wonder if my parents, who live one day away, look at the same night sky as I do. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking England. Your whole fucking kingdom lives under the same sky.
Yeah.
In stupidity news, I literally had this. So, as you know, my company's been bought by another company, and so we've just changed our name from the old company name to the new company name, and we've like blasted it all over social media, and there's videos and all about how we are this company. And yet, we went to a trade show, and I had a customer that I've dealt with for years walk up to me and say, "Oh, you sell this product now, do you? I used to buy that from old company name. They're a bunch of assholes. I'm going to buy it from you now." And I'm like,
got him.
Great, welcome aboard.
Great, yeah. Hey, we're happy to have you. That's how that goes.
Wait, that's the same. You want me to talk to this guy? That's the same guy I talked to at the old company.
Hey, look, we snipe the best employees, okay?
That's fine.
Isn't that the plot of The Office? I want to preface this by saying I've never seen The Office, but isn't the premise that at the end of the show, the threat is that they're just going to keep making the same company over and over again with a slightly different name? Office fans are just going to be like, I don't know, whatever you just said.
I tell you what, I've tried to watch The Office. That is like cringe.
People have tried to convince me it's better than Parks and Rec. And
But which one? You watching the American one or the British one?
Oh, I've tried to watch the first episode of both. They're both pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't enjoy that type of humor. That's like, wow.
Parks and Rec has
Corporate wants me to choose between these two pictures.
Yeah, Parks
They're
and
the
Rec
same
has
picture.
like actual good acting Chris Pratt in it though. Like
That's who you're going to for good acting in Parks and Rec is Chris Pratt.
No. I mean, Chris Pratt in his prime and Chris Pratt, like, you know, when he decided to be superheroes only, right? Like, that's the difference. When
You don't
he was,
think
like, a
Guardians of the
comedian.
Galaxy 1 was prime Chris Pratt?
No, I don't think
Because
so.
that guy went from beer gut to like super ripped in 1 year and it was fucking amazing.
I mean, no doubt his transformation in terms of physical prowess, great. I'm talking about him being a comedian.
All
It's
right.
kind of like what's her face from Australia, the one that was in Kath and Kim, and she got like super skinny, and it like affected her like comedy. Fuck, what was her name?
Are you talking about the one girl from Pitch Perfect and stuff like that?
Yes,
You mean, well, that's
Rebel
Rebel
Wilson?
Wilson. Was Rebel Wilson
Rebel
ever in Kath and
Wilson.
Kim?
she wasn't she?
Well, I don't think she was in Kath and Kim, but anyway.
No, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she was.
I don't even know what Captain Kim is. I'm so
Kath and
lost.
Kim is an Australian comedy show.
Oh,
The difference with that is I think she lost weight for her own sake rather than for like
Yes, I know.
purposes.
I know. And the same thing happened with that other fucking guy. He was
Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill. Thank you. Jesus Christ, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know why I was. I'm
And then
thinking
he
of
tried to do-
celebrities who lost
these
weight.
two
Then he
are on a
tried to
different
do-
level, man. What the fuck?
He tried to do some more comedy, but like he just doesn't like his brand of comedy doesn't work unless he's like at the butt of jokes. You know what I mean? Like it's just like he has to change the way that he does his delivery and stuff, and it doesn't work anymore. So.
I think he's more so switched to writing and producing now.
No, he was in something with some fuck, I forget.
He
the
was
name
in
of
Don't
it.
Look Up recently as a piss take
But that
on.
was like super old Jonah Hill when he was like,
okay.
still overweight,
Yeah.
right? Like, but
Don't Look
but,
Up is recent.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But it
Yeah,
was
but they
still-
started filming it before COVID,
Yeah.
right?
So this is exactly. So he was still overweight in that, which must be super weird for him to see.
All right. I don't know why Chad is saying, "Oh my god, I agree with AP," like hostilely, but all right. I'm just gonna let it slide. Let's talk to somebody else who occasionally goes, "Oh my god, I agree with AP." It's Pondo the Man.
I guess so. Yeah. I haven't really done a whole lot other than AP sent a notification to me about some people hiring for editors that I applied to. I haven't heard anything back yet, or they've said anything about it.
Did you edit together a bomb ass video? Like,
they didn't require it. I still had that one that I edited for the other thing that I didn't hear anything back from. So
how could they not require it? It's like
I feel
they
like
asked for like
yeah,
references
Pondo. I
and
feel like
stuff.
you've definitely made
portfolio is like 90% of that sort of business.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a portfolio that sent them. I didn't make this video specifically for them. I didn't go to someone's stream and be like, all right, I'm going to take this, clip this apart, go, here we go. I mean, I have examples of what I could do, and they're not looking for anybody. They're looking for people who do super basic stuff. Is to take 1-2 hour video.
Through my stream archives and take all the cool bits out for me. I'll pay you $2,000 a month.
What they did, and they even had like references of like what they want, and it was just basic streamer editing, essentially.
Man, imagine how busy you must think you are if you can't fucking clip your own shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that's bad, but you know, whatever gets you money, Pondo, I guess.
I don't know. If they're lazy, if they want to be lazy, it's fine with them. If I can get money off of it, sure, I'll go for it. I'll just look confused at this VTuber era and be like, what am I looking at? What am I watching?
It's not really that confusing. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how from the early 2010s we're trying to get people to reveal their faces. Now we're just trying to get them to hide their faces.
No, they're still trying to reveal their... I literally just told you about how they're forcing each other to reveal their actual bust. Just to be clear, that's super fucking weird, and perhaps way weirder than trying to reveal someone's face is trying to reveal somebody else's boobs.
No. Boobs and face, not so bad. It's when they try and get them to reveal their feet that you know you're in the fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
This man is owner of Kinky Fridays, everybody.
Hey, well,
he knows what he's talking about.
It's true, I do.
I understand what he's talking about.
Sometimes I wish I didn't know what I was talking about.
Pondo's like, yeah, man. I hate it when people try to get me to reveal my feet online.
Yeah.
Remember the good old days when you could ask someone to put a shoe on their head and they had no idea what was going on? You know, like, those are the good days, man.
Other than that, I haven't really done much. I've done a little bit of hobbying. I've been printing out some stuff to make a ergonomic gaming keypad to have an analog stick because I'm getting tired of mouse and keyboard. I don't know why, but
I'm a big convert to the console controller plugged into the computer now. I don't play games on the console anymore. I play games on the PC with a console controller.
Look at this shit. Like, I'm still rocking this bad boy from 2008.
Oh man, the Xbox 360 controller.
Wait, no, this is more like 2005, I guess, right? No, 2008. This is 2008 for sure.
I happen to know that Big Spoon has a new controller.
Yep. It's not near me right now, but yes.
That's okay. We don't have to hold the controllers up.
Yeah.
We're gamers. We know that we all have controllers.
Yeah, so it's like doing that. I during one of the prints, I had the power to get turned off twice, so I had to peel it off the plate and then restart it, and then it turned off again mid through and peel off the plate and restart it. I wasn't happy. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you considered the UPS?
You know, after the second time, I'm like, yeah, I need to get one. Actually, it was the first time I was like, yeah, I should probably invest in that.
Is it your house wiring, or is it like?
Well, the first time the power went out was because of a strong dust storm that went through here.
Holy shit! How strong does this dust storm have to be to knock out the power?
Not really. That's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is America. Most of our cable lines are above ground.
Well, I'm like, yeah, you get a good windstorm, throw some dirt and dust in that, and it'll fuck up power lines for sure.
And the
electricity is sent by a series of mirrors in America.
But like, is it like the lines get knocked down, or just something falls across the line and dead shorts it?
I want to get something shorted it.
Yeah, you like in a dust storm, it's usually something shorts it. If it's just wind, then the line usually gets hit by like a tree branch or something.
You don't know about
our lines got too heavy from all the dust landing on, and we gotta brush it off.
You don't know about the bike chain?
Oh God, wrapping around too.
Go ahead.
You mean?
Oh, I don't know how much of this I'm actually allowed to talk about, but
okay.
If you throw a bike chain in such a way that it wraps around multiple parts of the power line, you will absolutely short the fuck out of it. You will also melt the chain to the lines so it can't be undone. The lines will have to be replaced, like cut away and then physically replaced. It's a really, really cheap way to knock out power on a block and also get yourself a federal tampering charge.
I've been meaning to ask you too, AP. So this has been on my plate for ages. So you know how your house has like your breakers, right?
Yes.
And so like I've got like a breaker for my lighting circuit, then several breakers for different like AC circuits.
Let me preface this real quick and say that I'm not qualified to offer you electrician's advice in the entirety of Australia.
No. I'm asking
you in the way that a terrorist asked another terrorist.
I'm asking you for a partially qualified opinion. So I have my lighting circuit has been tripping all the time recently, and I think it's because I've had rain. I've gotten some moisture somewhere in the roof that's causing some short somewhere. But possible. I've even had it go off occasionally on warm, sunny days. And the other day, one of my kids slammed a door and the circuit tripped. So I reckon it could just be a bad breaker, and maybe replacing the breaker might be the way to go.
Have you checked the fuses?
It's not. It's a breaker, not a fuse.
Oh.
Remember? Yeah. So
sorry. It does sound though physical damage just makes me think something's being jiggled out of something.
Yeah.
But why would it also do it on wet days? How?
Because I have a fan, like a ceiling fan in my ceiling, and I hear the ceiling fan circuit like pop when it goes off. I don't hear it anywhere else in the house. So I'd assume it was in the roof above me, but then a door downstairs got slammed and it popped at the exact moment.
I mean, look, again, I'm not qualified to give this advice, but if I would, I'd actually say it might be an expansion problem for temperature.
Yeah.
And then now that it's loose from having shrunk and expanded, that's causing both of your problems.
Yeah. It's just really hard to get an electrician out for like, there's a problem somewhere in this circuit, which is every light in the house, in a 2-story house. Like, you know, they're going to charge a lot to try and find the cause that problem. Maybe replacing a $5 breaker might be a fast way to test that out.
Yeah, the way you do it is you would, see, Chad is already way ahead of it.
Yeah.
Replace the outlets and switches. You know, the way to do it is to just call them when it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, get them out there as quickly as possible, which of course will be in like a week, and you'll be like, wow, I can't use my ceiling fan for a week.
Well, I can't use my light because it's on the circuit, all my lights. So when the circuit goes, every light in the house is off. Yeah,
I mean, at this point, you just gotta, scorched earth, rip it all out and replace it. It's just the safer way to do things.
Look, I'll go my mother's path, and she never uses ceiling lights. Everything is lamps with my mother. So I'll just populate the house with lamps.
Can't say much because most of my houses, you have to use lamps.
Oh, God.
Get some candles, some torches.
All I'm saying is it sounds like you have some unsafe wiring that needs somebody to look at it. Someone qualified. Someone that lives in Australia with an electrician's license. Who is not me?
Good thing I'm about to start extending my house. I can get the electrician out for that doing it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're going to just look at it already. And you don't even have to get charged extra for it. They're going to charge you already. They'll probably make it worse, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Especially if the issue is just that something's loose, they're definitely
This room is getting demolished. This room's getting demolished as well. So if it is in this room, then
right.
in a few months' time, this will be a toilet.
Okay, well.
Like it's going to be facing the same direction, too.
Probably has the same taste, too. I'm sorry, that was
I don't know where you're going with that.
Dave hasn't hit his try with dad jokes yet. He's still trying.
Okay.
We'll workshop it.
And I just want the people watching the show to know that this is not the type of electrical engineering I do. This is a job for a qualified electrician, which I am not.
Wait, you sure this isn't a
you do
podcast
coding.
about electrical outlets?
I do code. Fuck you, Pondo. It's the most deeply offensive thing you've ever said to me.
It's bad because I know you don't like do coding.
I hate coding. And because of that, when I tell people that the Dunamis Insidious accessories, that I'm the one who programmed all those, they're like, there's no way you did that. And I'm like, I actually know how to code. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It sucks. I'll leave it to James. James is over here. He's just like doing math over here. James is doing some fucking Hanzo is a simple geometry meme shit. Are we still getting over to doing Spoon's intro for like the last 25
it's
minutes?
Still on mine, so I guess so. Yes.
Are we? All right, listen, let's do that.
All right, cool.
No, I mean, we're doing Pondo's intro. We had to finish it.
Sorry. Go ahead, Pondo.
The only other thing is that the second time the power went out was because they were working on power lines, which I'm assuming were messed up because of said dust storm. That's it.
There you go. Now, AP can do. Speaking of messed up, let's go to Spoon.
Just go, Spoon. Just go.
Been playing a bit of Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. Although I just checked pre-stream. AP has now overtaken me in time played, even though I got the game like 2 days before he did.
Well, you should know that I left the game and myself on Discord for like most of today, even though I wasn't actually playing it.
Okay, gotcha.
You can see I sent a message from my phone. Someone was like, "Hey, you're recording right now." Yeah. I'm just like, "Oh, that's right." I got up and was gonna take a break. That was 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Well, you can't return it now. It's only 2 hours.
I'm like 10, 12 hours in, James. I'm way past that limit. I was past that on the first night I streamed it.
Yeah, which is it's been fun, but I feel like there's a lot of room for refinement of the game, but it's been interesting so far. I just recently bought a gaming storage solution for all my BattleTech mechs, so hopefully when that gets here, I'll be able to slot them all away and be able to carry them easily. Back and forth. Is it
a plastic bin with a magnetic sheet on the bottom?
It is not. It is not. It is a Feldherr gaming storage backpack. So it's got nice foam trays and everything. And I think it said it holds 130 mechs, which is like most of my collection.
Is it shaped like a dropship?
No.
Okay.
I guess if you turn it like on its side, it's kind of leopard shaped in the fact that it's a square, like, and the leopard is just a flying brick.
Has wings.
So,
wings.
Okay, yeah, sure.
There's no way those wings would be capable of supporting flight.
Yeah.
That's like looking at a dragon and going, "Oh, this is clearly something capable of flying on its own."
Yeah.
Hey, it's an aerodyne dropship. Aerodyne means aerodynamic.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, just to be clear, I was dismissive there. Technically, what he said is completely true.
Yes.
It's just the fact that it's not really aerodynamic.
Yeah. Sticking with BattleTech, I bought and read the latest Wolf Dragoons novel, Redemption Rights. As there was some question about whether it was good or not. That
was my question. I asked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I liked it. The story focuses on the
Wolf's Dragons.
Wolf's Dragoons. The main character is the great granddaughter of Minobu Tetsuhara, which I don't know if anyone but James might recognize that name.
Why would you?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I don't know if anyone but James. Yeah,
you
James hasn't read any of the fucking BattleTech novels.
Really?
Hey! I've read 5.
Oh my god, 3 of them are the Jade Phoenix trilogy. So
yes,
what are the other 2?
And then one of them is the follow on the I Am Jade Falcon one as well.
Yeah,
and the other one is the one about the death of Grey Delisle. Oh, no, Grey Delisle is an actor.
Grayson Carlisle.
Grayson Carlisle. So that's it. Yeah.
Oh my god. At least you skipped the dying time. Sheesh.
But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I would put it as a it wasn't the most groundbreaking BattleTech fiction that I've ever read.
What is the most groundtaking BattleTech fiction you've ever read?
Oh Jesus, I don't know, man.
Yet to be discovered.
Probably like Blood of Krinsky, because that was the first thing I ever read in the universe.
I would have said Ghost War, but
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
You know what? I changed my answer. Mine, I think it's called Scorpion's Jar. It's the one where they reveal the Dark Ages plot behind the fall of the Republic. That one was incredible. It was actually amazing.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Thorne anymore?
We're talking about BattleTech.
Oh, okay. You said Republic. I instantly assumed that we were talking about Star Wars. Sorry.
Yeah. The Secret Star Wars game happened and was mostly 2 hours of me going, all right, walk around. This is what happens.
Let me describe this scene to you. And then we go, whoa, what the fuck does all this mean? Oh, and then this other thing happens.
They drew some pretty good conclusions, honestly.
In my group, we call that sort of session the White House tour, the role-playing game.
The White House tour. Hey, this is the Lincoln Room where so much sex has happened.
I'm gonna swim in that fucking lake.
And that's how Blue became a Jedi.
Yeah. Through osmosis.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Got anything else, Spoon?
Nope, I'm ready to play.
It should be noted once more as we switch between intros that Lawson has started messaging me examples of big titty actual streamer versus their IRL VTuber model bullshit.
Send that to me as well, Lawson. Come on.
I was like, damn, girl, what?
Can we just create like a thirsty channel after this Discord?
Yeah, it's just
no. I want examples of it because the voice actor for my company mascot is also a VTuber. And I kind of need to get on because his thing, we went viral the other day on one of my lewd pieces on Twitter, and it fucking just completely blew up, and it was super fucking successful. So I just got to capitalize on that shit, you know.
Did I actually send you guys I did a video recently for work that was like one of those classic me walking towards the camera explaining something like talking to the viewer. Like all I need is someone to throw me a basketball off the side of the camera. Yeah.
Sit down, turn the chair backwards.
Spin the chair around. Yeah, exactly.
Hey kids. Did the cameraman at least walk backwards with you so that it kept...
Yeah. They were on a steady cam rig, so it was a constant distance. Yeah.
That's the best, though, right? What was I going to say? James, you weren't here for the Ancient Compact. Actually, Pondo and Dave might be the only ones who were here for the Ancient Compact. What you need to know is that once my audience created a dark bargain with me, the ultimate power, they begged me to give them a not safe for work channel through which they could post whatever salacious, fucked up shit that they wanted to. And I told them if they went 1 week without anything being posted in it, I would remove it forever and it would never return. They assured me that they were depraved lunatics who would post in it forever. And it lasted for like 2 days. And then they didn't post it again and I deleted it. And because they are bound by my warlock powers, they may never again have a not safe for work channel. They should never have bargained with the Dark Lord.
I do recall this. That did happen, but I remember it was longer than a week. And yes,
it's true. I am exaggerating. It was actually closer to a month.
It's hard to go a week without posting this 2 days. So
yeah. No, it was a.
What a surprise! I exaggerated something. For comedic effect.
Not really exaggerating. That was like under.
What? You?
It was not that long. It literally died out almost instantly, and I was like, "You fools! You stupid fools!"
They didn't really complain about it. At least they didn't complain in public. I don't know if they DM'd you.
You do realize they created an entirely separate Discord just to hate on me, right?
Yeah, that's right. AP Gaming Underground. I'm on it.
James, like, I'm the owner.
Is that it? Does it still exist? For some reason, I thought that got disbanded, but
I'm trying to think who. I'm trying to think of who could have made it. I have a couple ideas, but
it was some of the people that were involved in the Illuminati cult shit. That were upset with sociopaths.
Yeah.
The days before I came to this place sound like they're fucking wild, dude.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. It was a great time.
The Illuminati cult, like, what the hell were you guys doing?
We were playing Chrome Blood, which is a sprawl TTRPG, but we did it as a play-by-post. And a group of players formed an Illuminati cult where they were embedding like code words and images and things that they were saying. And they created a second Discord.
Yeah.
That grew larger than Arthur's Discord, and then they just decided to not bother with Arthur anymore.
No,
that's what I assumed happened.
Then there was a third Discord created for people that were mad that I booted 2 people and decided to infiltrate my mod team.
Another Discord was created in secret.
Yes, it was exactly what happened. My God, I never heard a term like that, but that is technically what happened.
For they were all deceived.
I like to think Arthur likes the drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I love drama. That's why I spend all of my time generating drama, Dave.
Yeah.
That's why I'm constantly in Twitter beefs, and on Discord, I'm just always talking about so much drama with everyone all the time.
I agree.
All right.
I agree. 100%.
I can't even think of the last Twitter beef I had. James D'Amato. That was about 6 years ago.
NASA.
What? Okay, that.
I'm just referring to that old meme, you know, of like fuck you, bitch. I work at NASA. It's like I'm actually
I'm actually the guy who's in charge of hiring. And no, you don't.
They actually did, though. I don't know if you ever saw the end of that story. They did.
I did.
Yeah.
Classic. That's
Aerospace engineers.
Classic authorism right there.
A classic art. Name one authorism.
I just did. Classic authorism.
To what? Being. Okay. You know.
No, to go.
I'm starting a thing. Okay, Arthur, just deal with it. All right.
To go what? Spoon. Tell me.
The joke has been made, and then you go, well, actually, this is what really happened.
That's true. That is something I would do.
Actually, Battle Brothers was released in like 2000.
All right, James, let's do your intro.
Look, I'm obviously conscious of how much time we spent, so I'm gonna collapse my intro into a single moral quandary that I wanted to put to the group and the audience that want to get involved as well, just from my last week. And it is 40K related, so it's on topic with this particular show.
Should I destroy my son's army? We're one move away from finishing. My interceptor could use lightning strike to take out his entire.
No. So I went to this like mini tournament recently. It was at a store I haven't previously visited, and I've been back to that store several times since because there seems to be a pretty good group of gamers there. I was introduced by a friend. It is a bit of a hike from where I live. It's like an hour drive away, which I appreciate for some people who live in smaller towns. Having to drive an hour to their friendly local gaming store is pretty standard, but still for me, it's away. And I went there last week, the night before we were going to do this game, and there was like players looking to play, and I didn't really want to take my whole space around me, which was painted. So I grabbed my other painted models, which was my knights, which with the new book coming out just yesterday, weren't in a great place. I didn't expect to win, but it's like I'll take along some well-painted models and just roll some dice, have some fun, meet some people, etc. So I played one game against a person with Adeptus Custodes, and Custodes are pretty top tier at the moment in the meta. And I got absolutely destroyed. Tabled in turn 3. I was like, I didn't expect to win because Knights have a very difficult time scoring in 9th edition pre the new codex. But yeah, got absolutely wrecked. I had really bad luck for one. But yeah, it was just, there was no contest in it. Anyway, when I got home, because I took photographs of the game too to sort of share with other friends about that I played a game. And I was thinking about it afterwards, like his army looks like really quite big for the point level we played. And so I punched what he had into Battle Scribe, and he was like 40% over on points. Like it was a 1,500 point game, and he had like nearly 2,200. And now I suspect it's probably like a clerical error. I don't think he's like I said out to. I expect he just didn't add something up, But I don't know now what do I say to this person? Because like, for me it feels like sour grapes. I lost. I probably shouldn't have lost because you fucked up your number. Even though, like, if I had an extra night, which is what the difference would have been, it wouldn't have made a difference to me. I would have still lost the game. It would have been probably a bit more of a contest. But I just, do I just
How
drop
old
it?
was the person?
I'd probably say mid-20s.
Okay, because I have a similar story with Magic the Gathering Standard and playing against a deck that had, it was his one deck and he had cards in it that weren't in Standard anymore, right? And like, you say, hey, that card's not in Standard or whatever, right? And it would, he wouldn't be able to play anymore. And same deal as what you presented there, I guess. But like, the question is, like, did you have fun?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always fun to play, win or lose, had fun playing, and like I wasn't bitter that I lost. I'm just like, oh, this seems odd, like because I mean, like it's hard to say I can just look at an army and say this is what it's worth, but for anybody who's 40k proficient, he had Trajan Valoris, who is an absolute beatstick right now in the game.
Yeah.
4 squads of Custode guards, 1 squad of Sagittarium, a squad of 6 bikes, a bike captain, and 3 of the Forge World Dreadnoughts. And it didn't
that's
later
on.
That's a lot.
Yeah, later on, I'm thinking, it doesn't feel like 1,500 points, so yeah.
Okay, I think you have to say something.
I mean,
because there's 2 outcomes here, right? One, they've accidentally done this, in which case you have to tell them so that they know that they've made a mistake and they don't do it in the future. Or they've done this on purpose, in which case you also tell the tournament organizers and the game stores so they know to be on the lookout for bullshit like this. Because I don't know a lot about in-person Warhammer 40K gaming, but I know a lot about gaming, and I know that some people will just cheat because they don't have the idea of fair play and will anticipate being caught eventually, but will enjoy all the free victories that they get. It's the same people who smurf account
20s all the time.
Oh my god, we're talking about Dom again, huh? What a smooth mage. It's real easy to roll a 20 when you fucking program it into your fucking macro. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, look. He said. I think he said he had a great game, and he said he'd love to have a rematch after the new Codex comes out to see how Knights have improved with the Codex, which is not very much. Yeah. So I said I don't think there was any maliciousness in there.
I think you have to say something regardless.
Yeah.
It's all in fair play, right? Like,
yeah.
Like even if you notice it like after the game, just be like, hey, last week something felt off and I looked over the pictures and it seemed like your guys were just...
I crunched the numbers, 32.33 repeating, of
carry
course.
the one.
Because look, if he's anything like you, James, in terms of like wanting other people to have fun playing the hobby that he enjoys, then that's probably the most respectful thing to do.
I'm curious as to why you think this is a moral quandary. Seems straightforward to me, but
I don't know. Yeah, it's a person I've met once in my life, and am I the asshole if I'm like, I went home and checked your list and it didn't seem right.
No. It's interesting that you say this about Custodes, because this exact thing happened to the only other Custodes player I know, which is Joff in Control. Before he died, he was like USA tournament champion multiple times. He was not just playing Custodes. At some point, he just played like a multi-thousand point knight. You know, it was basically just a big fucking thing that he put on the table. You know what I mean? And like he spent hundreds of dollars having somebody paint and detail it. And he was getting screwed over at tournaments, and finally he just started publicly making a record of the people who were cheating. And all of a sudden he started winning once he started, you know, cataloging them and submitting it directly to the local people, the tournament advisors, and like Games Workshop itself. He was just like, hey, I'm a fucking huge Warhammer 40K influencer. If you keep cheating me, I will destroy you. And he did. He destroyed all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
Look, Chad's saying it. You're assuming you're the only one at the shop he's done this to. You have to say something not just to him, but to other people. If it's an anonymous mistake, it never happens again. If it's a recurring problem, someone's going to start putting together the dots.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you definitely give him the benefit of the doubt here because, like you said, you've met him once. But yeah,
you don't be like he's definitely cheating. You just say, hey, I think he made a mistake, but it was, you know.
Yeah, and be like, hey, are you sure all your math is right? Because I know there were multiple times in my 40K career where I was like, oh no, my math isn't right. I'm actually like 25 points over, like 50 points over.
First off, hold off, Spoon. You have to say maths because it's Australia.
Oh, sorry.
He has to check to make sure his maths are right.
Yeah.
Look, because we say mass when someone's, you know, rotund, and math when you're doing equations, okay? Two different words, not the same fucking word.
Maths. Just cut to the chase and say, are you sure you've done your arithmetic right?
Hey,
I mean, look,
say
algebraic.
What is the math on that mass? Now say it in an American, please.
It's still math on the mass.
Yeah.
You guys, listen.
now
You guys
you're
just say
separated.
math plurally to refer to doing things. It's like when we say we have to go to the hospital, and people who are still British colonies say we go in hospital.
To hospital, or
we're going to hospital.
I'm trying not to make a big deal out of it, but you know, it's just a different way of speaking.
If you weren't like into brevity, would you say I'm going to the mathematics class or my mathematics class?
On a math class.
Am I into
I would
brevity?
say I'm not going to class today.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like
let's go down to the union. I'm hungry.
Anyway, that was it. That was just an interesting thing from my life in the last week. But yeah, the other thing I do is whenever I play games, I always like write up after the games I played, what I played against in terms of the list and everything, because I want to use them for my YouTube stuff going forward. I'm actually going to start doing a series of, because everyone reviews the codexes, but they always skip the Crusade section because not many people play Crusade, but I do. So I'm going to do a video series now where I just review only the Crusade part of each of the codexes.
Algebraic.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. God.
Did you watch Adventure Time?
Yeah.
No.
I actually recently went through Disenchanted.
Oh.
What'd you think?
Why would you punish yourself like that?
Because I'm sitting like several hours at night watching a baby sleep. I have nothing better to do.
Did you ever? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I thought it was pretty good. I haven't watched a lot of Matt Groening stuff since Futurama though. So is that his most recent stuff?
Yes.
Since Futurama? Okay.
Yep.
I did
Can I ask
really
you a
like
question?
The King though. The King.
I have three kids, 6, 8, and 10. They all want to watch Rick and Morty. I'm not familiar with the show. Should I be saying no? I feel
I don't know anything about it, but given everything that went down with the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I would also say no.
It's a fucking cult.
It's like, I also think they're too young.
Can you trust your children to not take role models of terrible people?
Because they spend all the time on YouTube and take role models of terrible YouTubers.
Okay, because the lead character in the show is romanticized, and his opinions of how you should approach life are awful. Yeah. So that's really what you should know as like a parent going into that show, because as an adult, it's like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious. But like as a kid looking for like, you know, people to look up to, Rick is like the fucking literal, like every character in that show is actually awful at being a good person. So
two of my kids right now are obsessed with Aphmau, a Minecraft YouTuber. So they base their life decisions on what she would do.
That's scary.
Yeah, could be worse to be
Jesus. Thank you for warning me. I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, YouTubers won't be a thing when my kid is old enough to enjoy YouTube.
I don't know why you think YouTube would ever go away. Just the concept of, I mean, you could just TikTok it now. It's like a YouTube video, but it's only 30 seconds.
I'm scared of that shit because, like, I've seen all that Spider-Man versus Elsa crap that they have on YouTube, right? And how that can just sort of, like, pour into their feeds. Like, oh.
Yeah, it's intentionally focused to get to the kids.
Yeah, I know. It's gross.
They use all the algorithms to get there. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say, James. But, I mean, I don't know. Is it, like, yeah. That's a tough one. It's like South Park. Would you let your kids watch South Park? Probably not.
Not until they were like, you know, I wouldn't wait till they're 18, but like wait when they're like, you know, 14 maybe. Sure. High school age, you know.
Yeah, I started watching when I was 14.
They're not going to get half the fucking shit that's in South Park.
Yeah.
I remember
Al Gore. Who's Al Gore?
I convinced my father to watch an episode with me on SBS. And we started watching it. It was my older brother, me, and my father. And it was the episode where they put food up their butts and they poop out their mouth. And it was like, my dad was like, what the fuck?
What is wrong with you? Just...
They're not even going to know who Fidel Castro is.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it for me.
The real problem is explaining Scientology to them.
Oh, hey, I got an email off my kids' school that is saying, here's how to explain inflation to your children. Like, why do I want to fucking explain inflation to this? And the canteen price is going up. Is that the issue?
All right. We're ready, James. Go ahead.
Okay, no worries. Previously on Rogue Trader Strings of Fate. During a flashback scene, we learned that Adrian met with Inquisitor Grimoald during his time in the Blind Tesseract, where he was told that the group would soon face an apparent defeat on their journey on the way to their journey's conclusion. The Cowles fleet arrives at the muster point set up by Selene Morn, ready to undertake her mission within the Drukhari Nexus. The group meets with Selene Morn and Skalag Egil aboard the Hand, with Morn requesting the group help in disabling the defenses of the Nexus to allow her fleet to attack. Morn provides Zethira Iyishe as her representative aboard the Hand. The group arrives in the Nexus, a Drukhari city within the Webway, accessible to real space and dominated by the iron rule of the Archon Zergar Kul. The group's first encounter on the Nexus is with Sarissa Korsanova, an Imperial Navy deserter turned trader of illicit goods in the Nexus. Conservana. Conservana provides minimal help to the group before they set out into the city proper. Thought for the day: prayer cleanses the soul, but pain cleanses the body. And to start off with, I'm going to ask Dawn to make an awareness test because Dave's not in Roll20. I'm just kidding.
No, I'll make it. Just give me 5 minutes.
So I also got this in Roll20, this picture, just to show you guys. This is the sort of the general visual vibe of the Nexus. So that's sort of the architecture / you know.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed the picture.
This is like a downtown major American city. Hey, hold on.
I'll send it to you again. There you go, Dave.
Yeah, it looks like modern day Paris. Yeah.
This is the future that the liberals won.
I don't know what that means, but it's political and funny.
Yeah.
That's a meme from the 2020 election.
Yeah, just pick the worst possible thing and say, this is what the other side wants. Yeah. All right, so you've walked out into this. Well, I think you did.
No, we're in a
like
hover car.
Hover car, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, into the streets of this. And look, there's all manner of depravity going around you. People leading slaves from place to place, monstrous beasts in chains being dragged around by Drakari witches or Kabbalite warriors. Certainly, the fact that you are a group of humans, even though you have a Drakari minder, doesn't go unobserved, but it is also not treated like maybe there are a few people that you sort of think the moment they see you, they're wondering how can they turn your presence to their advantage. But otherwise, most people just sort of pass you in these streets and go about their daily activities.
All right. I'd like to imagine that Androchiron is sitting behind Adrian and puts a hand weirdly on his shoulder, like he misses the first few times, and then says, Adrian, I've disabled my warp sight because everything around me is horrifying to look at. It's so much worse for me than whatever it must look like for you. I'm going to need you to guide me around for the rest of the trip.
Are you sure you couldn't just activate your cybernetics for this this portion of the
I turn with
journey?
my blindfold to look at Dawn and say,
Dawn looks back at you like
the living saint, Sister Leteinia. I can't see that you're shaking your head because I've turned off all of my.
Like the
He's
guy
completely blind
and the other guy coming in and being like,
just go up.
And I just say, Sister Leteinia, the living saint, has commanded that I not do such a thing. It would be heresy.
It's a bitch move.
Very
Yes,
well.
the living saint has such a unique way with words. I do want to mention that for all of us, we should not stop, especially if we are pickpocketed by a local child, probably of the original ethnicity of the area, which is slightly different than the current ethnicity. If we chase after them, they'll explain what's going on and how we can help them make life better for everyone here and overthrow the government. It's a whole quest line we don't want to get involved in. It happens every time you visit a fascist dictatorial region. Just ignore it. Better yet, kill the child before it can steal your goods.
Whatever you said, Punter, you're on mute.
I feel like we've been in several areas like that, and we haven't had any sort of quest like that.
Where exactly are we headed, Lord Commodore?
We're going to the Lord's house, right? The arena. Yes, right?
I got to sign Dawn up to do some gladiatorial fights because I actually don't know why she has to do the gladiatorial fights. It just feels like she needs to.
What? No, we need her to do the gladiatorial fights so that we get invited to meet with Zagar Cool. By the way, I'm saying this super quietly, and I'm also saying it in ship ciphers. I don't want you to think we're openly talking about rebellion.
You're also you're in an enclosed vehicle, although it does make me wonder if you're in like an enclosed ground vehicle where Androchiron's stand goes. Does it get light across the lap of the people in the backseat or something?
So at this point, we see that there's a third row of seats, right? There's passenger and front seat, second row, right, where the three of us are sitting. Yep. Back row is tucked into the corner, our drow handler. My is on the seat, and then on the floor is my Gyrinx, watching, pinning our minder in the corner by just being like,
okay.
Because it has the same feelings I do, and I fucking hate her.
I definitely feel like if Ivy could have created you a telescopic pole if you wanted.
No, I like the idea of just intentionally giving her as little space as possible. Okay, she likes it. She likes being tormented, right? She's a drow Nazi.
I assume you lay the nutrient bags on the other side of the vehicle from her, rather than in her lap.
Yes.
She
gets the wheels.
She gets the casters. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Very will.
She will third row direct the driver towards direct near's Mance.
Let's not forget, our whole purpose in coming here is, and then I'm going to turn to look to where I know that our minder is, because it's not our real purpose, I'm going to say, is Zagar Cool. We need to get in good with him, discover where the command facilities are to disable the local defense systems, and then turn control over to our great and wonderful host for money. But that's not actually why we're here, right? We have a
Correct.
So
I'm saying that above the table. Just so we all know why we're actually here.
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone real quick.
Androchiron winks with his blindfold on.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
That'll look like this.
Sorry, Dave, you were saying?
Yeah, so Dawn was just like, listen, guys, I haven't been in any gladiatorial combats before in my life. Is there like, do I have to, hedge my punches somehow? Like,
no, there are no rules here. These people are savages.
Yes, I'm certain that you don't have to hold back at all whatsoever, except for maybe the one that we're here. You could hold back a little bit. Rough him up, maybe. Just don't kill him.
Okay, so I can show my divinity pretty well?
Yes, there's never been any question about that. I mean, let me ask you the following, a great living saint. If we told you that you couldn't, would that stop you?
Absolutely not.
Then we won't tell you that, because there's doubly no purpose in doing so.
So, listen, I'm not going to put the Lord Captain out of any sort of potential business deals by exposing how blessed and sainted his particular crew is. Okay.
In fact, I think showing your divinity will hasten our mission here.
If they even understand what it means.
No, they'll understand fear. They thrive on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, look at Androchiron. He got a mere glimpse of the God Emperor and it blinded him. If anything, seeing my divinity will probably expunge a lot of the heresy out of their ocular devices.
I start laughing. I know that that's not even remotely how it's going to work.
They'll think about clawing their eyes out, perhaps.
I uncontrollable laughter.
I believe that most, at least the Dark Eldar, don't have an idea what it means to be a living saint. So maybe the...
Oh, wait, but we came in through the human port. I figured that we'd be dealing with normal...
Through the healing port, the human port, yes. But once we get in the Gladiatorial Coliseum, it's hard saying how many of them are actually humans.
So if I accidentally do some crowd control in the crowd...
let's not have accidents like that happen.
Well, hold on. They might enjoy that. All right. I switched to, because I'm a polyglot, I switched to Drukhari to speak to our handler, whose name is...
Isn't it just Eldari? Or does Drukhari have a different language?
And I say... Oh, sorry, what was that?
I mean, is it Drukhari language or is it just Eldari?
It's one. Eldari is a single language. It covers both.
But I assume they have an accent, though, right? Like they sound like they're from the south.
If you go for the audio books, then Eldari sound like they're Welsh, and Drukhari sound like they're Russian.
Okay,
they've got a real sort of Boris and Natasha vibe going in the audio books.
All right.
And I'm getting some Dragon Prince vibes from that too, but that's besides the point.
Oh, Dragon Prince,
Ninja Dragon Riders.
No, Dragon Prince. It's pretty good when they stop fucking around with the animation and make it good.
Yeah.
And stop making Avatar references constantly.
It's because they're the ones that wrote the show.
Yeah. But they're like, man, let's dance with dragons. Yeah, okay, Spoon. That's exactly what Androchiron sounds like. He turns toward...
Grassy ass.
He turns towards Zathira and says, okay. All right. I want to make sure that if the living saint gets out there into the crowd and maybe accidentally kills a few people in the arena because she's so stunningly beautiful and also because she waves her swords around like a maniac, ain't nobody gonna stand up to her. That might be a totally acceptable version of events.
I like lean into the Lord Captain, and I'm just like, he is so talented.
His accent's actually.
Did you know that he's a polyglot?
Honest. I feel like he barely understands what he's saying.
He can speak far more languages than I can.
I can speak every language, so yes.
That's the joke, Andrew.
There are rules about who can enter the arena, who can fight whom. These are not things that I know. Cool will know. Not cool, sorry. Derek Near will know how you would get involved in this fighting. But once in there, the crowd respects strength.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm talking about, hon. Okay, I want to be clear here, darling. All right,
Dawn, Leteinia
is this the kind of place?
Misogynist.
Sorry, I was supposed to be doing bad Spanish, but instead I just became.
You just became Southern.
I'm trying to figure out when you were trying to do bad
Southern
Spanish
character now. Bless
I mean,
your heart.
I know she's a soulless Xenos, but I mean, come on.
Oh my god, I gotta back out of it. Would it
getting
be
progressively worse?
Is the arena the kind of place where if a competitor accidentally killed a few crowd members, anyone would care? Or is it the kind of bloodthirsty location where the crowd might get into that sort of thing and they'd be like, oh yeah, more blood? I mean, how Roman are we talking here? Are we talking like Nero's Rome, slightly BC? Are we talking like 250 Rome? Are we talking like 600 BC? Like, where are we at on the time scale? So
the less you pay, the closer to the action you see.
Exactly. So what you're saying is casualties in the crowd would not be surprising. That's right.
People in the first 3 rows may get wet.
Yeah, I turn to Don and I say,
you're free to kill the crowd if you need be.
The pores sit as close to the arena as possible so that they might be punished by their superiors. But I say that again in ship's camp.
Yes.
These people have a ridiculous striated society. Everyone knows you put the strong warriors in the front so that they can jump in on the action, just like us Imperials, because we're all such great at respecting hierarchy.
When did you study Eldari, Androchiron?
Oh, I've studied every language that's passed through the heads of anyone who needed to send a message on the ship.
Okay.
There was some Eldari fuckery on the ship in the time before your mother's age.
Fair enough.
I've reviewed the records. You'd be better off asking me where I studied all of the anti-demonology from. I mostly did that since I woke up. You know, since
I'm a cleric of the Lord with a healthy understanding of demonology. For what reason? You have no reason to ask.
Very well.
I studied demonology specifically to help you because it kind of seemed like you needed it. But my study of languages is really a pursuit of a lifetime of reading other people's mail.
That sounds much worse than I could.
It's not a federal crime if there is no federal society.
But you kind of have to be able to send it. That's the problem.
Indeed. I will remind you, I am the only remaining psyker on the crew.
Well, of the old
crew, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that was a bad time.
I was there. I felt all of their deaths. It was horrible.
Yes, it was.
It will haunt me forever.
Yes, it was very horrible to see. I assume you were worse because
not see.
Right. Well, psychically see.
How much farther away are we?
the vehicle was up in front of the place you directed to. So it looks like from the outside. Imagine like a a horn of bone extending out like a spire from the ground, like thick at the base, tapering off to a sort of curved spike at the top. Although it does have other sort of like spike striations, almost like antlers that sort of stab out from its central spire. It's made of some sort of greenish blue stone. It has like stepped gardens going up to the front entrance to it. So effectively like a series of retaining walls with small garden patches which appear to be populated largely with carnivorous plants. It's like looking at a different sort of death world ecosystems from down here. There are guards out the front. They have sort of like Cabalite armor, but it's almost like, imagine the difference between a mercenary and a soldier. You can tell by looking at them that their armor is not all consistent. There's mismatches. There's difference between these two guys. Their weapons are in different states of repair. Like they're not disheveled. They're just clearly not like standing soldiery. They are more like mercenaries. And so this is Diriknir's abode.
Very well. I take us in for a landing.
All right. Okay. I am imagining, James has done a great job of describing how terrifying and awful this place is. But because I've been playing Tropico 6, I just imagine we're on a cabana beach, like attached to a ranchero, right? Yeah. We're about to go do some narco shit. That's where I want to be
instead. Needs a beach episode, okay?
We already did it. You made me stop looking at the beach.
Yeah, there was no volleyball though. There was no characters in there swimmers doing volleyball.
That beach also got blown the hell up by a Titan explosion.
Yeah,
we can rebuild. This is the house words of House Heroic.
Oh my god, we can rebuild. James, Battle Sisters volleyball.
It's no dead or alive volleyball, that's for sure.
There's a series
of chastity in place, you know what I mean?
There's a series of memes you'd probably like, Dave, that are 40k memes that have a single like young male priest who is surrounded by a group of thirsty battle sisters who are always like sodding over him. It's just like it's a comedy comic, but it's you'd probably enjoy it.
Okay, I'll read it. Send me a link.
Yeah. I'll find it for you. All right, so you land in front of this place.
All right, I'm doing my best to keep my hand on Androchiron's shoulder, my other hand on my IV drip, and occasionally talking to the Gyrinx just to make sure it's near me. Like, are you still there? No. Yeah. Okay, good.
So your hand is on Adrian's shoulder. The other one's holding your IV.
Yep.
And you're trying to talk to your... Okay.
Yep. No, I have a third hand. I just haven't described it yet. It's been there the whole time.
You could have had that mutation. I don't know.
It's in the fan art. You just haven't seen it because it's behind my back.
Androchiron, I permit you to use your ocular vision during the combat because it will be epic.
Thank you, my lady. We're not there yet, though, right? We're at Diriknir's, but I can't see, so I don't know that we're there. But it feels like we're probably there.
Yeah.
You know how the Battle Sisters and the front linesmen of all the human wars will lift weights in order to get swole and strong
I heard that there was an armsman on our ship that did that. Yes.
Yes. Consider this your mental equivalent of lifting weights.
Very well.
So can you guys hear horrible music behind me, by the way? One of my kids has decided to start practicing his trumpet right now. I can hear it. But
I was going to say, he's in a sleep out, huh? Okay. No, we can't hear it.
Okay. All right. So the two guards do approach, and Zathira, they obviously recognize Zathira when she steps out. And she basically says something in Eldari, which you can pick up. Androchiron is basically, to simply say that you're here to see near, and that that she what do you say for it? Like no, she supports you. She I can't remember. I've got the word for it. She vouches for you. That's it. Yeah.
I also know Eldari actually.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
Wow, but yeah.
and they sort of like nod and waving through. Although you do notice that she hands off something discreetly to one of the two guards.
I don't notice it, but sure.
Like a little handshake or something passes between a little baggie.
I'll scrutiny that, but I think she's just paying them off.
Drug deal.
No, probably
do the
souls.
thing where they made sure that the money.
So did you say souls?
Yeah. No, it was definitely a bag of some sort of powder.
Gotcha.
Could be powdered souls, I suppose. But,
I told you, we're at a cabana attached to a ranchero. We're doing some narco shit. You didn't fucking believe me. And the first thing that happens is we witness a drug deal. Okay?
Also, James, I finally enrolled 20 now, and I rolled that awareness roll. So
all right, okay. Yeah, all right.
You're going to go inside.
You realize you hate this place.
Dirac Nair is going to be meeting with some federales. You're on my payroll now. Now get out.
So when you head up, like as soon as you get to the door opens up and there is a man there. Have you seen? Is everyone familiar with the Hellraiser series of horror movies?
Vaguely.
Oh, yes. Are you talking about the Cenobites or whatever?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Where the main character wears like a full length black robe. So sorry,
like a trench coat almost. Yeah,
that's the thing, but it's like completely closed to the front down to the feet. Like it doesn't have any, like it's buttoned all the way to the ground basically. In a sort of dark purplish black color. It's hard to tell. Like if the light's on it, there is a bit of color. Otherwise, it's black. He has like long hair. It's actually almost like I'd say it's almost like what's the Draco Malfoy's father from the Harry Potter series. That's that sort of long luxurious white hair.
I hate him already so much.
Yeah. He goes in for a double-handed handshake. No, he doesn't.
I know it. I can sense it.
He speaks
sock.
Yeah. He speaks quite good low Gothic when he opens the door. Ah, you must be Pierre Cowles.
Yes.
Please, you are welcome to my home. Please come in.
He'll do so. He'll take lead stride.
Okay. He walks you like into basically like a receiving room. He has a couple more guards in here as well, but they don't seem to be posing any active threat. Can I offer you food or refreshments?
No, I think I'm fine for now.
Do you have any IV drip bags prepared with human equivalent saline and nutritional packets?
You can say, like, when you say the only IV drip bags, he goes to the sort of, and then when you say with human nutrition.
I don't think they have anything that would.
I say it in Aldari, so I say, do you have any drip bag with human equivalent nutritional packet? Yes.
I have 1K food, but not in liquid form in that respect.
Many thanks to you, friend. I will pass. Might I ask how you knew Captain was coming here?
Well, allow me to explain to everybody. Yes?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I assume he switched back to low Gothic,
yes.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay.
Please explain.
You see, someone of your stature can't simply arrive on the Nexus without setting the whole city into what do you call it? A hubbub. In the mere hours since you have arrived, a fortune in slaves has passed hands between various info chants or the like, trying to learn. Everybody wants to know who you are and why you're here. Of course, no one knows for sure, but there is speculation. I mean, you are known to be a good and upstanding member of your Imperium. You travel with a living saint, he says, indicating towards Thorne. There are few that would believe you are here for honest trade with Xenos. So you must have some other reason for being here. It's known that you have trucked well with the mechanics of the Calixis sector, so perhaps it is our moon that interests you. I don't particularly care, but you are a commodity, so to speak. Anybody who is in your graces is interest to others. So if you've come to my home and there is something that the House of Nier can do to interest you while you're on the Nexus, then that interests me, because my standing increases by associating myself with you until such time as you do something that causes real problems for the Nexus or its denizens.
I'm going to lean over to Adrian and in Ship's Cant say, Adrian, Master Thorne, how many mercenaries are in the room right now? And are any of them armed? Are we walking into a trap? I can't see anything. Are guns pointed at us right now?
No, and there's not enough.
There's probably like 4 guys with spinner rifles that are held.
Okay, that's pretty bad though, right? Like
four guys with splinter rifles for me and Don.
And this guy who probably is a powerful, Cabalite.
Maybe. Like near might pose a threat, but the 4 dudes with splinter rifles, I think we got it handled.
So, how can the House of Nier help you in your escapades in the Nexus?
First of all, I'd like to say I'm flattered that my arrival caused such a hubbub as part of the.
That was the right word, yes?
Yes. That is a theoretically correct word, yes. And as to why I'm here, mainly to see what my other options are, because I may seem like an upstanding citizen for the Imperium, but I'm also a man of opportunity, and this place offers said opportunity here and there. Mainly, I'm here to let what's the word I'm looking for?
Compatriot?
My accomplice, because I'm just trying to put it in a word where Pierre's not saying he's above Dawn, but
she's your ecclesiarchal counselor. So.
I see you struggling with this, and I put my hand on your shoulder, and I was like, "My close companion," I think is the word you're using.
Yes, thank you, Dawn. I'm trying to show respect to you.
Family.
Family. Yeah.
Family.
Dawn pulls out a shotgun.
I was going to let Dawn sign up for the gladiatorial fights. That way she can let off some steam. We haven't seen much combat in quite some time. She's kind of getting a little bit antsy.
I understand the interest in a fight for a fight's sake. How long does your saint plan to ply the arena trade for? I mean, this is not simply something that one dabbles in. Does she have her eyes on championship, and then what?
What does it take to be number 1 around here?
Well, we have an arena champion, a captured Eldari exarch named Talon Balewing.
I laugh and I try to indicate subtly to Adrian. I'll be like, ha ha ha, what a loser. Surely this will pose no threat to a living saint. Is there no one stronger on this whole rock for her to face?
You sound very confident, in which case perhaps you could become the arena champion then if you defeat Zagar Kul's champion. But it's not simply a case of walking in and starting a fight. I mean,
that was what I asked. So what do we need to become the number 1?
Yes, well,
mm-hmm.
There is the long path and the short path.
I want to let you know, I'm not really one for pageantry.
But Don, this is such a great opportunity to show your divine might and to help convert people here that are of the Imperium.
Divine might is far be it from pageantry. I won't be putting on any bows if that's what you're asking me to do.
No one's asking you to do that.
Dawn, I feel like at some point during the match you're going to fold out your wings again, just because.
I mean,
Even if you have a jetpack, you're just going to fold out your wings because you feel like it.
yes.
All right.
Please, Master
that is not a
Nier,
bow. Okay.
what will it take for us to take the short path?
So first off, it is normally only slaves that fight in the arena. So unless you're willing to sell your close companion into slavery, and what's more, only Drukhari can hold stables. So the other option is to have one of the major players use her as at their champion. So Cool already has his champion, which is Balewing, but we could convince the succubus of the withered, the withered blade, and Yowra possibly to put your saint into
What
the
about
arena
you?
against.
You're human. That is far better than any of the.
No, he's not human. He's Drukhari.
Drukhari. Yeah.
I would say, what is stopping you or my colleague? That Pierre points at the Eldar that they've been with.
Yeah.
We don't have the clout to simply put someone in against the champion. We would have to be. This is where we talk about the long game. I could put her into my stable, but
I'm trying to take notes here, but I'm blind. You said his name was Talon Balewing? My Eldari is rough, and this is an unfamiliar name to me.
yes, an exarch of the Swooping Hawk Shrine.
The Swooping Hawk Shrine. Is there anything we should know about their capabilities? You know, jetpacks or fire swords or...
Yes, well, that is, so certainly the Swooping Hawks are a airborne doctrine. They use jump packs, winged jump packs, and normally las blasters, but the exarchs are trained well with a blade, since the arena is really a place for hand-to-hand combat.
Laughable to think that anyone can beat Sister Leteinia in the air, but please, go on.
When he was first brought to the arena, he didn't fight with his jump pack. He was given whatever weapons and armor his owner chose. But as he has risen to become Cool's champion, he is allowed to fight with his wings.
So how can we develop what you say clout? So that way we don't have to mess with anybody else to try to get Dawn into the arena against him.
I don't think this path's gonna work. That's
convince the other whoever he named before.
The succubus of the withered blade on your.
Yes.
Let me ask, Master Nier, what are the chances that we could meet directly with Sagar Cool and arrange a championship fight? Skip all of this. Trade the arena sensation.
Of some description, you know.
Cool very, very rarely makes personal appearances, even in his own court. However, I do have an invitation to an event in the Ziggurat in 2 days' time. Whether or not Cool will attend in person is unknown. He usually prefers to act through intermediaries, but it would certainly be, well, first off, an opportunity for me to show you off to the Eldari Society. But it would give you an opportunity to get a feel for Cool's court.
And you feel that you would benefit from your relationship with us?
Certainly. People will want to know what it is that you and I are working on. And of course, I'll never tell.
What if you did?
What's your angle?
Under the table, you're spreading the news that Sister Leteinia would like to battle could work in our favor, and it would make you a very wealthy man, correct? Many slaves, yes. Many souls.
Though I think he's working on the mystique aspect of not saying what we're planning.
Perhaps, but what if we do the opposite? What if we let everyone know that we want to fight Zagar Cool's champion?
Then
Quietly, we
will know
allow Nier to greatly benefit from this.
People will know enough about me to know if I have an overt goal, then I must have a covert goal. If this is what you are looking for, then our overt goal should be something different, and it should become those who dig deep enough should feel that what they've really discovered is my intent to bring your saint to the arena.
You mentioned the moon earlier.
I like that Adrian and I are on the same page here. It's because my hands on his shoulder were connected.
Jesus. Would it be possible to arrange a visit in the 2 days before this event?
I have to think of a reason, but I'm sure I can find something, a reason to bring us up there. It is an industrial center. There is very few things on the moon that a person in society like myself would have interest in, but I can find a reason for us to go there.
Is it an industrial center of arms and other sorts of weaponry?
What would you? I think the term you would use is a manufactory. I believe that it's also so. Nobody really knows how Cool is able to provide so much power to the Nexus, especially with his death spires always active. I believe that there is some secret on the moon that allows him to generate copious amounts of power.
That does sound
well. The Lord Commodore is a captain of industry. There is much to be learned.
No, wait. Do we know that the Soul Reaver is the source of that power?
That was Slane Morn's suggestion.
Yes. Okay, but this guy is not saying that. He's saying no one knows from his point of view.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm on the same page that like we're getting multiple perspectives from people who are all filthy liars.
The existence of the Soul Reaver itself is known only to Morn and her followers and Cool and his followers. Like Morn and Cool discovered it, and they hid it from the rest of Zakari culture before Cool betrayed Morn.
But the Galen sphere is also like it's like a Dyson sphere, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
So it theoretically could also be supplying power.
Yeah.
Allow me to be frank then, Master Nier. This all sounds very well and good. Why should we trust you?
You shouldn't, nor do I trust you. But while we both mutually benefit from an arrangement, there is no necessity for betrayal. As I said, I benefit from the perception that we are working together, whether we are or not.
And when you no longer benefit from that, you will betray us.
So you make it sound so crass, like we are hardwired just to betray you. I mean that I will always take the most profitable route.
You can always trust a dishonest man to act dishonestly.
Indeed.
Is there no better way to do this? Can't we just simply walk up to this man and say, let us do a bout where you can make money putting your champion up against us, and let it be that? Why don't
if Cool attends this gathering, then certainly you can. But as I said, he very rarely makes public appearances now. I honestly can't think of a time in the last 4 of your solar cycles that he has appeared in public at any event that I've attended.
Can we trust you to sell the information that we are looking for such a belt behind our backs to him over the next few days while we dither about on the sphere?
Yes, it would benefit me. It would benefit me to know that to feel that I'm working with you for sure. The one thing that other than our proclivity towards betrayal, our other defining feature is our paranoia.
I can understand that.
That's Pondo talking, not the categories.
Now, have you arranged accommodation on the Nexus, or are you returning to your ship when you're not actively? Allow me to offer you rooms in my manse if that would benefit you.
Would that
just a reminder, they don't have real human food here.
Yeah.
No, he's got human food. He's still not in. He's acquired human food, just not.
He doesn't have your non.
He doesn't have your saline bags.
We could stay on our ship, I think. Out of character. I don't know any reason why we would want to stay here and get murdered in our sleep or
sure.
I mean,
sleep in a bugged room. It'd be like, hey, why don't you stay at the Russian embassy while you're in Cuba?
Yeah.
It would create more buzz if people found out that I was staying with them, just because, again, it would create buzz that I'm working with them, and then if I'm staying there, that only proves it more.
Yeah.
Also, spreading the idea that the God Emperor is here is going to be vastly easier if we're actually here. I say that we go mingle amongst the people and make our presence known, and I can almost guarantee you that Talon Baywing and his cohorts, they will want to fight.
All right, so Dawn is opening an ecclesiarchal mission here to wash the poor and feed them and not get murdered and enslaved by them in the middle of the night.
Question, Near. How favored are the chaos cults that you have stationed here amongst the other Drukhari?
There is a faction of chaos worshippers within the city that is abided by Cool. They call themselves the... Sorry, let me go on that.
Oh, so Cool is actually letting them stay here.
Yeah, the Cult of the False Thorne.
Hold.
Sorry?
We have a real
Wait a minute.
They are abided because they pay their due, but they are watched closely, for they are open worshippers of the Dark Lord of Pleasure.
Wow, what the fuck? Holy shit! You got some feck to tell stories about Gil-galad in the House of Elrond, motherfucker! Oh! What the fuck? Imagine being like, yup, they're Satan worshippers. And we openly welcome them into our church. Oh my god.
Hey man, they pay their dues just like everybody else.
How transactional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're anything like the Church of Satanism in America, they might actually be not too bad.
Remember, there's two satanic churches in America. One of them are atheists, and the others are real Satanists.
Hey, the Australian Satanic Circle pays more tax than the Australian Catholic Church does.
Oh,
all right then.
If only we measured a person's worth by the taxes they paid. Oh my god.
That it is pretty ironic that they
imagine being yeah, we had to twist our whole bodies and souls to keep from being eaten by the dark god Slaanesh, but yeah, we're just gonna let her out here and sit here and spread chaos worship. So, we spend every day in fear and loathing.
So here's my question. If we went down there to cleanse that area, because I know that the Drukhari and the one that She Who Thirsts don't really have a great relationship. So, which is kind of curious as to why he's allowing them. But I guess if they're paying their dues, then they're paying their dues. I'm just wondering, would he appreciate it if someone went to just go ahead and cleanse them? Get them off his hands?
Okay, hold on a second. Pondo is now suggesting that we play out the typical black and white 1950s Japanese samurai movie plot we need to get a duel with the top samurai houses in the area, and we start by picking a fight with the local bandit riffraffs in order to get on everybody's menu, and then they'll all start fighting each other to get the honor of fighting us. And in the process, we're going to save a young family with that rascal orphan who tries to steal our wallets.
Okay, so you have to remember that Cool has absolute power in this city. If they have not been wiped out, it's because he benefits enough from their presence. Now, Cool might be interested in some sort of arrangement where they end up pitched into conflict with another faction, but his mind is labyrinthine. I can't predict. I couldn't tell you what benefit he would seek for you to go and exercise that.
I would assume not having someone worshiping she with thirsts.
It's a revenue stream, Captain.
But as I said, if that is a problem for Cool, he would have already dealt with it.
I suppose that's true.
James, when was the last time I actually had a Talon Baywing invasion dream?
Just after you returned to the Nexus, to the Expanse for the first time. It's been a while. It's probably been in terms of like time passed for your character. It's probably been about 4 months.
Okay,
God, it's almost been a year.
So I'm going to basically hint to everyone that's now, I'll say it in the rogue trader camp.
Yeah, ship's camp.
Yeah.
That perhaps
it's just big Latin.
Elon Tay, Ailing Bay.
But without mentioning Talon Baywing, because that could have plays a hand a little bit. I will basically say, gentlemen, perhaps we should retire, and I will attempt any ways that I can to reach out to our friend, in the hopes that you all understand that. But
I agree. I think that's what
I think Pierre will nod.
So is the plan then to follow Nier's plan and go check out the sphere for some made-up reason while he...
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm honestly very curious.
Look, there's an alternative plan here where fuck everything else. Dawn heads on down to the chaos section and starts evangelizing until they attack her, and then she just levels that quarter of the city. You know what I mean? And then she just says it's self-defense. What's it gonna do?
So we just go down there until the Doom music kicks in, and then let her let loose.
The only thing they fear is you, V2.
I kick open the saloon doors and I say, I hope there's a red key in this room.
What? I guess I didn't get that one.
The Doom reference.
That's it. The red key, blue key,
yellow key.
You have to find the keys to progress in the level.
All right. I didn't play the game that much.
Okay, so is the plan, because we want to go to a break, is the plan to retire to chambers set up by Nier and
Androchiron's plan, he's been told he should retire. He actually just draws up Social Security and
he's like, well, my throwaway case is not quite ready yet. But
answer's yes, and have him set up a maybe time where we go up to the sphere, go check it out, because Pierre's genuinely curious about it, because he was supposed to come find it, which he found it.
Yeah.
And in general cases, the what I would attempt to do, James, is reach out mentally through the dream.
Yeah.
To see if I can get in contact with Talon to say hey, look,
if only you had someone whose sole purpose in life was a communication specialist.
Yeah, but not through dreams, bro. That's different.
I don't need a dream. I can literally just be like, yo, Talon, what's up? I can just do it.
Then why the fuck are we meeting with all these back?
I don't know. I could, if you didn't tell me you wanted to talk to him, I could just make it happen, bro.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried that I'll end up fucking in what was it? Prison clothes inside of his prison chamber again or some shit.
All right, when we get back from the break, James, I'll contact Talon Bailwing as best possible.
Okay, no problem.
All right, great. I hope he knows how to answer psychic communications. Kind of seems like maybe
what that means in approximately 8 minutes.
You got me beat there. That is the number of minutes that are going to be on this clock.